morning, everyone. My name is Carla, and you've reached my FlossTube channel, KarlaBeingCrafty, where I talk about mostly cross stitch, but also other crafts that I enjoy and a little bit of life thrown in. Today is my FlossTube number 127. It is Sunday, January 30th, so it is our very last FlossTube video in the month of January. Starting February plans next month, and so we'll talk about that a little bit, and then life's moving on, right? Yesterday was the first anniversary of my mom's passing, and so I'm feeling a little subdued this weekend. Maybe that is the correct word. I'm not overly upset. I mean, obviously I'm sad. I've been sad all week, thinking about my mom a lot and everything, and I'm a little sad that I couldn't be with my family this weekend, but you know, they're all recovering from the COVID very nicely. Reagan, who was the first one to get it, is showing clear tests and everything now. She's feeling perfectly fine, maybe a little tired, maybe a little residual tiredness. Logan and Stacy are almost there. Hudson is a little bit, you know, more in the middle of it. He was the last person to get sick. And my brother, thankfully, never really got any symptoms except being tired, which obviously the fatigue and the tired could have a lot to do with the stress and having his whole family ill and having to help take care of them as well as work and everything like that. So, but knock wood, everyone stays healthy. I am supposed to be going over there in 2 weeks to spend the weekend and actually let Aaron and Stacy go out for their anniversary on the 11th. Yeah, they got married right before Valentine's Day. I guess it was okay because Stacy's allergic to flowers anyway, so all of their flowers were silk, because they would never have been able to get flowers for a wedding right before Valentine's Day. But yeah, they've been married. It's gonna be their 15th anniversary, maybe? Logan just turned 14, so yeah, I think it's their 15th anniversary. So yeah, anyway, so I'll be seeing them in a couple weeks. God willing, everybody stays healthy. So, I'm looking forward to that. But so this weekend, I mean, I was actually on a Zoom with them yesterday morning. We played a game together and just kind of hung out a little bit, and, you know, so I was able to spend some time with them. Maybe we'll Zoom this afternoon, I don't know. But honestly, I've just been keeping it low-key this weekend, not asking a lot of myself as far as chores and stuff go. Not that I ever do, but yeah, and I'm just letting myself feel the feels, you know. I slept in a little bit. I'm actually recording this just a tiny bit later than I normally do. It's about 10 o'clock. Normally I'm up at 7:30 and, you know, getting my video done really early. And today I slept until 9. So, well, kind of slept. You know how it is if you have a cat. They start stomping on your head, you know, when it's time for them to get up. And that sleeping in part was not hugely restful because Baggy was like, my breakfast is late, excuse me. But anyway, so that's where I am at this weekend. Missing my mom, thinking about her a lot, but just, you know, just having a kind of chill, relaxing weekend. So last weekend was our Stitchy Zoom meetup. It was like totally fun. We had about 9 ladies on, and yeah, just really enjoyed chatting and stitching and everything with all of my channel friends who decided to join. There were some people who weren't able to make it. That's fine. It's next time. And speaking of next time, I did set my February Zoom meetup. I looked on the calendar, and how could I not? I had to set it for Sunday the 13th because it's Galentine's Day. So what better way to celebrate Galentine's Day than a stitchy meetup? So I know I have said that I'm going to move the Zooms around the week, the calendar of the week, and the last one I did was Sunday afternoon, but the next one's going to be a Sunday afternoon also, so it will be February 13th at 2 o'clock Pacific time. And I'm sorry if that doesn't work out for where you are in the world and everything, but I couldn't not do it on Galentine's Day. So yeah, which it's really kind of interesting how media can affect our lives, because Galentine's Day was invented by Parks and Recreation, right? And now it's a thing and people actually celebrate it. Parks and Rec was a great show. Actually, I rewatch it all the time. I really like that show. But anyway, so yeah, so the 13th, February 13th at 2 o'clock, please join me if you are so inclined for another stitchy meetup over Zoom. As always, if you are interested in doing it, please private message me on Instagram and I will send you the code and the password to get on. And yeah, that's all it takes, is just send me a quick little message and I will send you the codes, and then we can get together again and stitch and chat and just hang out. I really enjoy it. And yeah, so that is, oh, and then the other reminder, because we're starting, February's starting in 2 days, right? Excuse me, my nose is, I'm having the morning snifflies. Excuse me. Okay. And my lipstick is still good. Yep, not on my teeth. Okay. That's gonna end up being my screensaver, right? Or my thumbnail. Anyway, so February is starting in 2 days. I'm gonna be starting the Be My Own Valentine SAL, hashtag BEE, My Own Valentine SAL. If you would like to join in on that and post some pictures on Instagram, please do so. Stitch on anything that has a bee theme. You know, it could be a flower just with a bee on it, doesn't matter. It's just a reminder for us to practice a little self-love during the season of romantic love. And that regardless of your romantic affiliations, that first and foremost, you should be your own Valentine. And then the bee thing's thrown in there because it's cute, and I like bees, and bees are important. And yeah, there's a whole personal story that has to do with that, but I've said it a couple times. You can go back and watch old videos and it'll explain it. And then I'm also doing the hashtag Twisted SAL for anybody who is doing the Twisted Band Sampler or Twisted Rainbow Sampler from Northern Expressions. So I'm posting pictures there. So far I'm the only one who's posted, so if anybody wants to add a few pictures to that, then that would be great too. Okay, so I think that's all the preamble stuff. We can get into the stitching. I'm sorry, I'm having like the total, like, you know, as soon as you get on camera, your nose gets all itchy. I'm having that. Okay, I didn't have any new starts or finishes this week. I'm closing in on Eva, but she's not finished yet. I'm actually hoping maybe to work on her this afternoon, and hoping I can get the stitching part finished, because I don't have anything filmed or scheduled or planned for my Wednesday video this week. So I don't know if there's gonna be one. I'm gonna try, but if I can get the stitching done on Eva, then maybe I'll do like a bead with me and start the beading on her. That would be kind of cool. Okay, so whips. First, let's do my counting canvas piece, which I'm working on Tulips and Fans from Nancy's Needles. Essentially, it's called Tulips and Fans Quilt. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that car alarm going off. Sorry. Nothing I can do about that. I discovered, and I actually already knew this, but it kind of like was hammered home to me while I was on the Zoom meetup, that this is a great project, or any counting canvas project is a great thing for me to work on while I'm on a stitchy Zoom, because I have that issue of having to switch glasses. Like the glasses that I see for just kind of like reading and Long distance, I don't need to wear glasses. But I'm so used to wearing glasses for reading and work and all that kind of stuff that I wear them like, you know, 95% of the time. But the readers that I wear for normal seeing and seeing my computer and everything like that are not as strong as the glasses that I use for stitching. But the glasses I use for stitching are too strong for looking at the computer. So if I'm stitching and on the Zoom, I have to keep switching my glasses back and forth, which is pain. I don't have to do that with this because I can use the weaker, if you will, glasses and still see. So that's where I am at. Still working on the first inner square, and then it gets bordered with the green, and then we go to the outer fans. I'm totally enjoying this project. I think it's looking really pretty. It doesn't look exactly the same as the picture. The colors, I mean, I'm using the called for flosses, but they're just not coming out exactly the same, which happens with, you know, these over dyed GaRon watercolors. But it looks really pretty. And this color, this sparkly one, is not the original called for, because the original called for isn't being made anymore, and they give a substitute suggestion, and I believe the one that I have is the substitute. So in the picture, it's kind of more greeny gold, and then the one that was included with this kit is more of like, there's a little bit more blue in it. I mean, it's still sparkly and gorgeous, but it's just a slightly different tone. So there is that. Okay, let me put it down here. Okay, I'm also, just as a like reminder thing, it's not like you guys haven't seen them before, but these magnetic cable ties, I guess is what they're called, or twist tie, I don't know what they're called. I think they're called cable ties on Amazon. I am using these a lot lately, and I'm really liking them. They're working really good for me for corralling fabric. I tend to like magnet a piece of the pattern that I'm working on, the area, you know, I kind of fold it down to it's a small area. I magnet that onto my my project as I'm working on it, and using these to kind of corral the fabric, then I can take a kind of a blocky needle minder and put it on top to hold the paper on, and it's working really well for me. So I bought another set of these not too long ago, like 20 of them or something, 10 different colors, 2 colors each, and I'm using these like every day, and I'm really liking them more than these. This was my go-to before. It was a chip clip. These work really well, especially if you work on hoops as opposed to Q-snaps or whatever, but these actually I'm finding are a little bit more versatile than these. They hold more fabric, and even if it gets a little long, I have one set that I just tied a knot in, like, oops, let me go over here, just like that to make it shorter, and that works too. So I do recommend these. They're not that expensive, and they're very versatile. Okay. Next whip. I did work on the twisted band sampler a little bit this week. I didn't really work on the specialty stitches. Didn't have a time when I felt like wrapping my head around that this week, but oops. Sorry, pattern on it. And these cable ties are also working really good to hold this tight. I have to wrap it around, but anyway. So I just worked some more, bringing the regular stitches down, and I didn't do a lot on this. I don't know if you can see the subtle color change in there, but there is a color change. I think some of the bands that I picked, some of the colors are going to be more obvious and some are a little bit more subtle, but that's fine. And then, so the color changes will happen like this, and then there'll be another color change, like band down lower. Ow. Okay. Excuse me. Well, I adjust the strap there. Okay, Enchantress, I forgot her. So I'm looking at my notes and I'm like, something's missing. I don't want to miss showing you something I worked on. So for whatever reason this week, I worked on 4 of my ladies. And I worked on all of them like more than one day, because I would like work on it and then not want to stop working on it. So I work on it again the next day. So I actually got 2 days in on the 4 ladies that I'm showing you. So the first one is Eva, which is one of the Bewitching Pixies from Nora Corbett. And of course I'm doing her on this gorgeous moon fabric. That's a GaRon Stitchery exclusive, and I am getting so close to a finish on her. So yeah, so obviously I've got to finish the broom, and then as far as the skirt, just that little bit there, and then it comes out a little bit like out to here, and she's done. So I think it is possible. I mean, depending on how much I stitch on her today, it is possible that I might be able to get to the beading later in the week and get even closer to finish. She's just coming out so pretty. I mean, she is simple. This isn't a hard chart at all. If you are wanting to kind of like dip your toe into sort of, you know, one of the fancy ladies, the Nora Corbetts really are pretty simple. I mean, her skirt has maybe 5 colors, one of them being all the black, and big kind of chunks of color, so it's not a lot of confetti or anything like that, and I think it's just really effective. She's really, really pretty, I think. And I just love her on this fabric. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to, like how much of the fabric I'm going to need to keep in, you know, in the frame to, you know, to show off. But I don't know. I guess I'll get the frame and then see. And that is another thing. I don't have it yet to show you, but I think it's supposed to be coming. Most of my supplies are supposed to be coming today. So I was feeling, as I said, a little bit sad all week, and whether it's a good thing or bad thing, I do tend to indulge a little bit in retail therapy when I'm feeling blue. So I did purchase some stuff this week, and I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger on getting a mat cutter and a set of uncut colored mats. I told you I wanted to do that. I'm going to try and mat my Lavender Roses myself with, I got a set of 10 colors, so, and they're just random, I think, but there's probably a purple in there. Hopefully the purple will work. If not, there's other colors I can pull from, or I could, you know, get another set of mats. But I'm going to try that. It wasn't super huge investment. I got the mat cutter I got was like $20, and then the mats were $15 and $20. So I'm going to try it and see if that's something that I can do. The other thing that I ordered this week, so I'm kind of getting into plans early, but whatever. I kind of was watching a couple different people who have started doing the kind of stitchy journal thing with, you know, as a place to put finishes, small finishes or whatever that you don't want to display necessarily in a frame or on the wall or whatever. And you know, when I first saw that, I was not intrigued. I mean, I was intrigued by it and I thought it was a kind of cool idea, but it wasn't something I wanted to do. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, you know, maybe that is something I want to do. Maybe I want to do a little bit of that, like scrapbooky, junk journal-y kind of thing. It might be a good place to put some of my small stitches. I know I got that sort of holiday seasonal tree to hang smalls on, but you know, I haven't used it in like a year. I mean, it's sitting out, but I haven't changed anything on it. And I'm just not enthusiastic about it. I wasn't last year, and I'm not feeling enthusiastic about it this year. But I just don't want to finish things and just stick them in a bag. It would be nice to have a place to put them. And I don't do a lot of smalls because I think, like, you know, what am I going to do with them? I mean, I have some on I have that shelf right there. I can never point behind me in a video. There. I have that shelf and I have little things framed in there and I really love it and I want to get that full, but once it's full, I have that one and I have one in my bathroom. You know, once they're full, I can rotate things, but you know, how many little framed things am I going to have? But it's nice to do little things, smalls and stuff, because it's a start and a finish and you can get it done. And yeah, so I kind of got intrigued by that idea, and I did order a junk journal. So when I get that from Etsy, again, I got a not expensive one. I mean, you can spend hundreds of dollars on those things. I did not spend anywhere near that. I think I got one that was $25. And from the pictures, looks really pretty. So I'm excited to have that, and just as another way to you know, maybe display stuff or have it, you know, saved. It also would work as a place to, if I decide to kind of abandon a project that does have some stitching on it, that I want to like keep that bit of stitching, that I can put that in there and just explain why I decided to stop that project. So anyway, that's coming. A little teaser there, I guess. Okay, so Bellatrix, where are you? Well, actually, this one is a little bit closer. What is going on with this? I'm having trouble with this zipper. Okay, so this is Enchantress of the Abyss. This is a Bella Filipina. And I've been saying every time I pull her out, she doesn't really look like anything yet except a bunch of color because I don't have her face. Guess what? She has a face. She has a face, so she's starting to actually look like a mermaid now. And here she is. So obviously you can tell what I worked on with her this week was her face and her head. And let me get the needle minder out of the middle of her. So very pretty. I mean, she is, isn't she? So you can see why it was hard for me to put her down, because when I started working on her, she's like so gorgeous and I wanted to continue. And even like pulling her out now, I'm like, ooh, I kind of want to work on her. But no, I want to get Eva done, so. I feel like I'm going to have a hard time moving from all of the ladies to the florals for February, because I am having such a good time stitching on them. I'm keeping 2 of them in the February rotation. I'm keeping Ella, the 2 actually I didn't work on this week. I'm keeping Ella the Frog Princess and my Autumn Equinox Pixie. because they're both, the Autumn Equinox Pixie is like practically a flower herself, and then Ella has like the really big pink flowers on her. So I decided I would keep them in the floral rotation, and you know, and I'm not going to put away Bellatrix or my Enchantress either. So if they really call to me, you know, my game, my rules kind of thing, I can go ahead and just pull them out and stitch on them. And then this is Bellatrix. Peggy is snoring so loud, I can hear him across the room. Oops. Hold on. My needle is not being cooperative here. Okay. So Bellatrix, I actually worked up in here and started with the silk and the flowers and everything. And I finished the fireball. So she's definitely one of my favorites. And I think that's it. I think that's it for this week. Yeah. Okay. So haul, I do have a little bit to show you in haul. And then, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to skip haul for a second and go kind of to plans, because I want to show you the floral pieces that I pulled out that I'm going to be working on starting Tuesday. So the Be My Own Valentine SAL, I have two charts that I showed you guys, and I'm trying to decide between the two, or like, am I going to do both or whatever. I'm going to definitely do this one. So I'm going to start with this. And this is from Country Cottage Needleworks. I'm going to change the words. Right now it says be loyal, be friendly, be kind. I'm going to change it to be content, be kind, and be crafty. And this also was kind of on my mind with the whole junk journal thing, because that could be something that I could put in there. Or even if there was room on the cover, maybe, because it is my tag or whatever. And then I also have this little House Needleworks bee sampler, which I also really love. And I might work on this one, or I might just save it till next year. It's funny though, I don't have very many pinks to choose from for the pink color, because I gave almost all my pinks, I gave them to Stacy because she was working on a project where she wanted a bunch of pinks, and so I gave them to her to pick through, and realized that I don't have, I'm going to need one or two back. So when I get over there in a couple weeks, I'll see if she still has my thing of pinks, and you know, whatever she's not using, then I can pick a pink from that. And then I'm going to be doing both of these on this piece of, it's called Lavender something. Lavender. Where is it down? Lavender Sunset Joblin, which is just a piece of fabric that I got from eBay. So it's kind of got some greens in it, some gray, lavender. It works well with all the colors. And I had big enough piece, actually. I cut it in half, and I only need a quarter for each of these little charts. So I'm going to start that. I will be working on the tribute piece for my mom, which is from Peter Underhill, Always My Mother, but this has been changed. All of the colors are changed. I'm doing it in purples and in silk, and this is on a pink petal Lugana splash. And I will be changing the words as well. Currently it says, always my mother, forever my friend. And I'm going to change it to say, always my mother, forever in my heart. The forever my friend thing just didn't feel right for... My mom and I had a really good, really close relationship. But... you know, people will be like, oh, my mom's my best friend. My mom wasn't my best friend. My best friend is my best friend. My mom was my mom, which is much more special and important. It's a whole different category, I guess. And for me, it just didn't seem right. Those words didn't seem right. So that's why I'm changing it to the forever in my heart. And then... yeah, I'm going to be working on the Blue Jay from my friend Tracy. This one has a crappy picture, but it's that one down there with the yellow flowers. And yeah. Doesn't look like anything yet. So thinking ambitiously, this could possibly get a finish. Always My Mother could possibly get a finish. What else? And then I will be working on my Riolus Kit, Sweet William. This is one of the first things I started when I started stitching. I really should get it done. It's not going to get done in February, but hopefully I will get a nice start, or a nice chunk done during the month. So that's how far I am on that one. Somebody asked me in the comments on like these Project Baggy things, these envelope bags. Both of these sets were from Amazon. And honestly, I have to say I really like them because they have a very small footprint, and I have not a lot of space here, and they fit really well. The project bags that I made myself, these which do hold bulk your projects, so to give, you know, a little bit of a caveat, but these don't stack well, you know, and if I had endless space or a big bookshelf to put everything on, I would love to have like real project bags for everything like this, but I just don't have the space for it. The book sleeves stack really well, but even they are like fatter. These just, they keep everything really nice. And so if you are interested in this type of thing on Amazon, do a search for fabric file folders and then see what you come up with. So first time I did it, I got a set of 4 of these floral ones, and they're kind of like felt lined, and they're holding up okay. They're starting to get a little bit ratty, so I may need to replace them. The second time I did a search like that, these burlap ones came up, and I got a set of 4. Again, for not very expensive, like $10 maybe. And then then this is Mouth of the Flower by Octavia Ocampo. And I just kind of have a start on this one. So hopefully I can make a nice dent in this project this month. And then along with those that I just showed you, I'm also going to still be stitching on Ella and My Autumn Equinox Pixie. So that's the, you know, plans for February. Okay, so haul. So I have a little bit of like, oops, that was upside down. Ugh. Actual haul, and then some, excuse me, free charts I found. So I told you I had ordered Bianca Bella, and I think I ordered her actually, excuse me, from eBay because I found her with her beads for a good price. She has a lot of beads. She's a very beady person. So that's Bianca Bella. I think she would look really good with Ella, the Frog Princess, because Ella's facing this way and Bianca Bella's facing that way, so I think they would look good kind of together. This was a good thing to get at this time because, as I said, she reminds me of my mom. Just the dark hair and everything, and I don't know. And my mom has told me stories like of seeing Snow White, you know, in the theater when it came out. I mean, obviously my mom was not, you know, there when it came out the first time because that was like in the 30s. My mom isn't that old. But, yeah. Anyway, so I got her. I don't have specific plans to start her anytime soon, but who knows? I could get a wild hair. Let's see. I got 2 Beadnabbers. I showed these in my extra video, and a lot of people asked, like, what are they called? And they're Beadnabbers by Lugana. And you have to actually, if you're doing a search on 123 Stitch, you won't find them unless you actually put Beadnabber or Lugana, and they just don't seem to come up if you do sort of a general search. So I wanted to get those, and of course they're like under $2 each. So I had to order some other stuff. I got, as I said, that Biscornu, New, which hasn't come yet. It was back ordered. So I should get that next week. And then this was on sale. It was an embroidery kit, which I'm not keen on embroidery, but this is so tiny. And it's called a Bumblebee, and it's velvet stitch. So, I mean, that's how much floss is in there. So obviously it's a little tiny thing, but I thought that would be fun to do. And maybe I'll do it this month, you know, along with the Be My Own Valentine SAL, or maybe it'll sit around, who knows. But I thought it was really cute. And if I like it and it's an easy thing to do, that would be like a really cute thing to make a bunch of, and like, you know, you could put them on a collar of a jacket or something like that. But anyway, I just thought it was cute. Okay, and then I was eating my lunch at work and, you know, kind of searching the computer at the same time. And the mermaid I've shown you before that I completed over the summer, it was a free Mirabilia chart. So I wanted to see if there were any other free Mirabilia charts. And then I also have a free chart. I have to find it. I got it when I was at Stitcher's Paradise in Las Vegas, they had it stitched, and I was like, that's cute. And she was like, oh, that's a free chart from Mirabilia. So she pulled it and gave it to me. And it's, what do they call it? They call it cat, I don't know, something cat, black cat, or I don't know. But it's a cat with like bat wings. And they had it, I don't know that the way that they had it stitched was the called for, because it had like this red on it. It was really pretty and sparkly and whatever. So I'm thinking about maybe doing that for my Black Cat birthday sale this year. But anyway, I was able to find a couple other Mirabilia charts that were free. So another chart from the Australian Mirabilia retreat. There is a dragonfly that is available. And again, you can just do a search. Some of them are on the Mirabilia site, and some of them, I can't remember, they were on another site, but they are free charts. They were gift charts. And then there's a Mirabilia bumblebee and a Mirabilia butterfly. I think there's two butterflies, so the gold butterfly and the blue butterfly, but I liked the gold one. And then there is a Hawaiian, like a hula dancer, Leilani the hula dancer. So obviously I just kind of like flash the charts at you, but they are gift charts, so you can go and get them online from the Mirabilia site. And I think that the Mirabilia site will direct you to another site. I can't remember. They all actually were from the Mirabilia site, but some of them I had to get to them through another site, but then it took you to a Mirabilia site. I can't remember exactly how I did it because it was a couple weeks ago, but they are available to you if you are interested in getting them. Okay, let's see. Oh, I think I made a decision on Florentina. So I'm going to be, this isn't Florentina. Hold on. Where did I put her? Oh, she's over there. Thank you everybody who gave me your opinion on the fabrics. There were 3 fabrics that were like, basically a lot of people liked. One was the Spring Green Jaslyn, which I realized I shouldn't have even put it in there because, although I think it's a really pretty fabric and it actually would look really nice, I don't want to stitch Florentina on green because I'm stitching Ella on green. And I don't want to have, you know, 2 Mirabilias at the same time on the same, like, you know, color type fabric. Yeah, it just wouldn't be fun. So the other 2 that a lot of people mentioned, so this is Florentina. The other 2 that people liked were the Abyss, which is like, was a lot of colors, and then the Mint Green Splash, which I pulled this out at like the last second. Like I didn't even think about this when I was thinking about colors, but I don't know, it kind of started growing on me. I thought it might look really cool. You know, you guys know I don't stitch on white or cream fabric. But this is a cream originally, so you know that it like looks good on that color. And this has like a creamy base, and then I think that the splash, the dots would pick up the colors in the bench and everything. I just think it's kind of an interesting choice, and it's kind of growing on me as a choice. Now, it's not an opalescent fabric, which, you know, I like this sparkle. And Florentina is not a super sparkly pattern. She has, she only has a couple beads. So she has, there's a Glass Treasures that goes on the cat. I've seen other people put one on the earring too, but I don't think it's charted that way. Yeah, so the Treasures goes on the cat right there, and it's like a drop. I don't even know if you can see it, but there's a drop. And then the other 2 beads, I don't know where they are, but I think in her hair. And there's some like traily stuff down here. So she's not very sparkly. However, the cherries in her dress, I'm thinking about maybe adding some Krynic to the cherries in her dress to add a little sparkle to her dress. I think that I would like that, to add some sparkle. And I think it would make sense to add it to the cherries in her dress. So if I pick like one of the colors of the cherries and then either substitute it for a Krynic or add a blending filament to just, you know, to the every stitch that has that color, that might look good. So I did kind of make that decision on this. And thank you to everyone who gave me your opinion on it. I appreciate it all. It was interesting to me that like really out of like the, I don't know what I show you, 8 colors, that Abyss and the Splash were actually, people who commented mostly said those two. So that was good. Let's see, anything else to discuss? Yeah, I think that's basically it for this week. Now, you know, when I get to Bianca Bella, then I have to like pick fabric again, although I do have that really pretty hand-dyed by Rolanda fabric that's purple, and I think that might work really well for her. The only concern I have is like all of her purple ribbons and stuff, since they're kind of like on the outside, if that would blend in too much. I don't know, but she's a project for the future, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, so I think that's it for this week. I hope you guys all have a great week coming up, and you know, a happy start to February. And yeah, as I said, I did a little bit of retail therapy this week, so I will have stuff to show you in the weeks coming up. I ordered a few Are You Feeling Lucky fabrics from Undersea Fabric. And as I said, I got like the junk journal, and I ordered a few needle minders that were not flat ones, because as I said, I've been using blockier needle minders. I've actually been using this one that I made that's like a little like block on top of these to hold my charts on. So I got a couple more blocky type needle minders for that purpose. So they don't need to hold the needle as much as I want to be able to grab them and move them around a little bit. So I ordered a few of those, and then, you know, the matting framing type supply things. So I think that's all of the like stitchy stuff I got. I didn't go crazy on charts or anything. I do have a floss order coming in to kit up Florentina, which I'm doing way early. I realized that, you know, she's not even I'm planning to start her in May, and we're starting February, so she's got 3 months. But part of my fun is the planning of the kitting up and everything like that. So let's see, is there anybody I need to specifically thank this week? Congratulations to Alyssa and Jolie Stitching at the Cabin, because they passed their 1,000 mark. That's always nice to hit that milestone. Laura from Stitching at the Shore has been shouting me out and shouting out the Be My Own Valentine SAL. So thank you so much, Laura, for that. And I hope that some of your viewers are gonna join in on the SAL. I think Laura is too. She's gonna, you know, stitch a little bit on a bee pattern. And let's see, I think that's it for now. Now I'm just kind of jabbering away. So let me go ahead and upload this video, get back to relaxing and stitching and watching some stuff, and just trying to enjoy my Sunday, think about my mom a little bit, and you know, and just enjoy my day before the work week starts again. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, a great week next week, and I will see you again next week. So until I see you again, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. Bye-bye.